Hello. Hello. Microphone check. Everything sound good? Everything looking good? Everything looking good. Everything sounding good. Oh, I got a trash can in the background. Let me move that trash can out the way. I can't be looking at my trash can. Actually, let me turn it. Bam. All right. Trash can is out of the shot. All righty. How are we doing today? Today, how are we doing? Just here early. Here early. Here early. Wanna rock my willy? I am I am live. Mic check, mic check. I think the microphone should be good. If I'm too loud, if I'm too low, let a brother know for sure. Hey, there you go. How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. Salutations. Guess I should have it more centered towards me. How are we doing on this beautiful, what is it, Wednesday? How are we doing on this beautiful Wednesday? What's going on in the land of, what's going on in the land of America? How are we feeling? How is the for the ones who are here that's doing the 21-day fast challenge? How is it going? How is the challenge going? I know a few people done had some good experiences. Some people have already had their their flush and they're seeing those stones. You doing the challenge? All is good. Like to hear it. Love to hear it. Like to hear it. Love to hear it. That's beautiful. Hey, hello, Kimberly. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope the hope y'all are going steady strong with the fast. Hope you're going slow with the fast. Actually, no, hope you're going fast with the fast so we can get this fast out of the way. Having no shout out to you. Shout out to you. That's a big change and that's good to hear. Big change and that's good to hear. I know when I first started giving up meat, man, I feel you, I feel you. So that's definitely something to be proud of. Definitely something to be proud of. I'm sure I'm sure you all are going to, you're going to do things that you never thought you were able to do. Like that's the beauty of the body is that it'll take you where you want it to go. It'll take you where you want it to go. As long as you take care of it. At least that's what I've come to learn, you know. I know some of the challenges that I was going through when I was, I guess giving up like animal products was like cheese. Man, that was rough for me. Like cheese and eggs, I was just like, man, I need, you know what? I don't want to talk about too much food because I know you all are going through, you're fasting right now. So I don't want to, I don't want to cause any temptations, Y'all gonna be in the group like, hey, Mel, he been talking about food. So, hey, there's Matthew. How you doing, Matthew? Shout out to y'all. I think next time I go live, I'm gonna have some music going, man. But I'd be afraid to play music on YouTube because they just be like, block, copyright, ban, banish. Be like, no. Hey, nice. I'm glad you. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm also adding. I'm adding to it. I'm adding. So like, as long as you have access to my course, you will be able to like get all new content that's coming your way. So, but yep, I'm happy. I'm happy you bought it. Thank you. Doing good. Hello, Nicole. Today, someone else's energy really brought my spirit. It's all good. Dark clouds roll on. Hey, we're gonna talk about it all. We gonna talk about it all. I'll give like a 2 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute window for some stragglers before we get it popping. But we're definitely gonna be talking about stress as it relates to work, home activities, and things that we all go through day-to-day life. Hi from Australia. Hey, shout out to Australia. I need to come up there. Up there. Yeah, I need to come up there. I've never been to Australia. Shout out to everyone in Australia. Shout out to you, Deborah. But yeah, we'll get into some very interesting things. You know what I mean? How's the weather? I know the weather's been kind of like up and down. Like it'll be like I'm in Texas, and so like the weather's like finicky. Like one day I need the air conditioner on, the next day I'm like, hey man, we need to turn this AC off. It's like up and down, but that's how it is in spring, especially in Texas. It's never consistent. But ultimately, Nicole, being an empath isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's being able to, I guess, have more control, more self control. That's key. That's key to everything. It's just having self control. All right, we'll do one more minute and then we'll get it popping. Since y'all came on time, I appreciate that. One more minute, then we gonna start. One more minute, then we gonna start. Mm. Actually, let me take a sip of water. So my throat is greased. From London. Hey, shout out London. We got everybody coming all over the world, from all over the world, huh? Shout out London, shout out Australia. Where my Americans at? Where my Americans at? Y'all we got ATL. What we got? Who we got in the house? Stayed up to watch me. Oh man, you know what? I'm not gonna waste your time then. Let's go ahead. That 1 minute has passed. Let's go ahead and get it started. DC. All right. ATL, Charlotte. Hey. Okay, I see y'all. We got the East Coast South. We got the East South. East South. Or is that East North? East South? I think that's East South or Southeast. Who calls it East South? The Southeast, right? All right. All right, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Welcome once again. I am Animated Mel. And today we are obviously going to be talking about stress and how it affects us in our day-to-day lives. And before I begin, I do want to just express my gratitude to every single one of you. I'm extremely grateful for you all to give me your attention, your time. I do not take it for granted, and I do value your time. And so thank you for allowing me to be in your presence, and thank you for allowing me to get my message out to you all. I'm extremely grateful, and I do not take it for granted. So once again, thank you. And okay, stress. The reason why we are going to talk about stress is because it's one of those things that's not mentioned in the process when you're on your health journey. It's not often mentioned. We will mention it subtly, but when you're fasting and you're going through the process of losing weight, that in itself is a stressful process. And the reason why stress is important to know is because it affects your well-being. There's so many things that we don't even realize that stress impacts, but it does. I was doing some research, And I didn't realize how much that stress actually really affects. Like, of course, I know it affects your health if you're sick, and then you're already stressed out, it'll make you much more sicker. But stress, it affects your immune system, it affects your memory, it affects your gut health, it affects your it affects fertility, it affects your sleep schedule. And when I say it affects your fertility, it affects your fertility for both men and women. And it also affects people around you. Stress is very contagious. That's why energy, it rubs off on other people. And you can honestly feel it sometimes, like when someone is angry, upset, or you can just, they feel like they have a cloud and you're around it, you will feel that affecting you. So that's why it is important. Well, one of the reasons why it's important to understand and know why stress, it plays a big role in our overall health. If you have a good attitude going into a lot of things, you'll obviously be stress free. You'll be a lot less stressed out. So now today we're going to be talking about stress as it relates to being too exhausted, because a lot of you, when I made the post in our group, you all told me that you all are exhausted. Like I've seen many messages talking about how you all are exhausted from, being a wife, mother, a business owner, and, just dealing with the kids and extracurricular activities. All those things are causing you to be exhausted. Now, I want to read the three messages or so that we're going to be kind of focusing on, and then after I read these three messages, we're going to go back over them, and then we're going to break them down one by one. So this will be very beneficial to those who also inquired about this, and also who need better insight on how to take care of their stress. So I'll read the first one. And what stresses her, okay, what stresses me, it's the day-to-day stresses of being a mom of four kids, a wife, a small business owner with a husband working full-time outside the home. Also, while still managing the home, health, and social life outside of the spouse and kids, and the mental health, tired and exhausted all the time, but must keep pushing forward. Man, you can definitely understand why that could be seen as stress. Okay, let's move on to our next message. Is what caused me to be stressed and unease is not being in control. I have to, or so I thought. I I thought I had to be in control since I was 19, had a baby to take care of and raise. Being a single mom kept you driven and focused on kept you focused to succeed for us. Um, Now, fast forward 24 years of marriage, two grown children, and being a nurse for more than 20 years, I'm exhausted because I really didn't put myself first. Now that the time and space is here to do that, I am anxious about who I need to involve into and focus on me. I am blessed that my husband says I do not have to work right now and he wants me to be at peace. I am learning how to get my mental health back on track and my physical health. I know the 21-day challenge will help me in these areas of unease. Was I just vulnerable? Hey, shout out to you for being vulnerable. Shout out to everyone out there for being vulnerable. I appreciate that. Okay, that's our second message. Now, let's move on to our third one, and this will like bring it all full circle. This is going to be a great addition. My daily stress comes from having too much on my plate. I work full time Monday through Friday. Work requires a lot of concentration and heavy decision making, and it affects others in positive and negative ways. Saturday and Sundays, I spend mornings serving at my church. I am in high demand and I am always being pulled on, sometimes multiple directions at once, of people wanting my assistance. At home, I am the one only that takes care of the home and the people that's in it. Everyone looks to me to eat. Got the hubby on the grill sometimes for the weekend to give a break, but that didn't happen last weekend. If I have a meeting at church, everyone is starving when I get home, even though it's long past dinner and dad was home. All and I am also the only one that cleans, and I can get the kids to clean their rooms fairly easy, but I lack the energy to yell at them to do other chores every day. Hubby only takes out the trash, even if I'm gone and super busy, no one will clean while I'm away. I feel like I have no time for me. I quit karate to attend church meetings as requested. Every chance I'm free, I focus on my home and family. My dog is howling at night because he's bored. Woo! That is stress. Man, that is stressful. That's definitely stressful, man. But I definitely have those, I guess, solutions for those stressors because throughout all of these messages that I saw, man, y'all are doing a lot. Y'all are doing a lot. You're being a mother, which in itself is it's a beautiful responsibility. It's probably one of the most impactful responsibilities that, I guess, society undermines, but being a mother is very, very, very critical and important. Being a wife, a business owner, full-time job, maintaining health and a social life, that that in itself lets you know that you have too much on your plate. When you realize that you don't put yourself first and you're putting all these other activities before you, that's when things will get out of alignment. Because as much as we like to give and we like to take care of people, it's important. It is really important to drive home the point of yourself and the things that you need to make a priority. And the thing that you need to make a priority is yourself. And I did mention this last week of making yourself a priority. And the reason why this is important is because if you're stressed out and you're not making your well-being number one, how in the world can you properly take care of everything else? How can you take care of anyone else's well-being, anyone else's their growth? If you have kids and you're stressed out, that energy is going to get onto them. So you have to make time to become a priority in your life. And as important as it is to make sure the household is taken care of and to make sure that your business is taken care of, you're running on fumes. Like, think about it like this. Think about, you say you're exhausted. Think about it like this. When you're driving a car, eventually you're going to need to put gas in it. You're going to need to put gas in that car after it starts on F, gets to that E, and that light start flashing. You probably want to start to refill that tank. But if you keep going while you're driving and that tank is on E, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? The car is going to break down somewhere that you're not even expecting it to break down. And then you're going to be like, oh man, what do I do? You're going to be in a situation that's not the best. So think of your life and the time and attention that you're doing and that you're giving to others as if it's gas in a car. You need to refill that tank. How? How do you go about refilling that tank to make sure you can get back on full to get to where you need to go? You need to take care of yourself. Prioritize self-care. Do get take the proper time to rest. Sometimes resting and getting a break from the kids or getting the break from responsibilities on your day-to-day tasks, those things are important, you know, and because you have to think about it as if it's someone else. A lot of times we like to put other people first. We like to treat yourself as if you're someone else, because a lot of times we put people first and we worry about other people's needs, but we're not even worrying about ourselves. So if you're anxious about who you are trying to evolve into, think about the things that you want to do. Think about the things that you actually want to do in your life. Have you ever made a list? Have you ever took a chance to make a list of the things that you would rather be doing right now? Like, instead of thinking about, oh man, I have to go to this church function and meet up with these people and take care of these people. Like, yes, it's okay to go to a church function and do the duties that you dedicated your time to at this particular time. But at this church function, if you're being pulled in multiple directions, that's so much energy just being given out, and you're only one person. You're only one person. We're only one person. There's only so much that we can do at one point in time. And so there's many different things that we need to do. This is what I would suggest, and something that I have done is I have made a list of things that I would rather be doing. Not to say that what you're doing is going to be pushed to the side, but make a list of the things that you would rather be doing. So if you would rather be going to karate or working on your mental health or running or fasting or maybe go on a vacation or do something that you enjoy, whatever it is that you enjoy. Me, I love reading books. I love traveling. I love going to national parks. I love going to museums. I love going to orchestras. I love going to live music and live concerts events. Make a list of the things that you genuinely would like to do. Make a list of things that you would genuinely like to do. And it's important to do that because when you're working and you're striving towards, making money, obviously, life isn't all about making money and life isn't all about taking care of someone else. You have to enjoy it. And this is why I say make a list of the things that you would rather be doing, because a lot of times I'm in the gym and I'm working out, but there's things that I would rather be doing aside from this because this is painful. It's annoying my body, So yes, make that something that you do. And hello, Latoya. Hello, Miss T. And also, you want to make time for those things that you can do. So you want to reevaluate your schedule. Realistically, look at your schedule and look at the things that you're able to do. You have to make time for these things. This like extra time isn't just going to appear. It's not going to appear. There's something that's pulling you away from something there's something that's pulling you away from what you can be enjoying. So if you have like extracurricular activities like a church thing, but you decided to give up karate because that's what they recommended or suggested, take the karate. You already go to church on Saturday and Sunday. Throughout the week, you're working Monday through Friday. Do the karate. Take the karate or whatever else that it is. Make time for the things that you genuinely want to do. Hello, Cheyenne. And also, I know a lot of people have children, and there's duties that children are expected or that they should do. Children, they're very interesting. I have there's ways that you can go about getting children to do things. And most of the time, children don't like cleaning. Some children do, but most of the time they don't like cleaning. It's a task. They would rather be playing the video game, or they would rather be online or on Instagram or whatever it is that children typically do. They would rather be doing anything else besides doing things that has to do with chores. So typically what I would do, because I have a little nephew, is when my nephew would want to do something, he wants to play, I would set up a reward system so that if he wants to do something, he has to do something for me. So he wants to play with my vacuum cleaner. Okay, so what I'll do is say, hey, you have to spell this word, and the word would be like a piano or something like that. Spell this particular word, because he's a growing boy, and there's only so much that he's able to do, and so the reward for that is for him to be able to play with my vacuum cleaner. And so with children, reward them, say, hey, you clean up. If you're working all day and then you come home and then the room is just a mess, it's not just going to magically get clean. You have to give them incentives, give people incentive to do things that you want. So if you want the children or the husband or someone to help you out, because ultimately at the end of the day, we need help. At the end of the day, we need help. So if you need this type of help or you want to get this help, set up a reward system for the husband, for the child, wherever it may be. Find out whatever they're interested in, whatever the child is interested in. Maybe they're interested in Ninja Turtles or whatever the husband is interested in. Maybe he likes NBA 2K or he likes NFL. I don't know, whatever it may be. Find something that aligns with their interests. Like, hey, if you come home, we can watch some basketball. If I come home and the room's clean or the trash is taken out and all this stuff, that'll get some burden off of you. Now, granted, I understand that every household is built different, so you'll have to do something that shapes to your particular circumstance, but being able to set up a reward system for people so that they're able to help you out ultimately is something that needs to be done. Definitely set up a reward system so you can get what you want. And when also, as I was reading a lot of these things, y'all are so nice. Y'all are super nice. You all are so nice that you don't even tell people no. When is the last time that you just told someone, no, I'm not doing this? No, no, simply no. Hey, can you go to this event and help me out with this? No. Hey, can you give me blah blah blah, whatever situation may occur that's pulling you and pushing you in a particular direction that's exhausting you, tell them, excuse me, tell them no. Tell them no. It's okay to say no. There's plenty of times, and there's plenty of times I've been in situation there's plenty of times I've been in situations where I wanted to help someone. Like, there's nothing more fulfilling than helping someone, especially if you're a giver, and or especially if you're an empath and someone who wants to see other people prosper. There's so many times that I just want to say that I've been thinking like, man, I can't do it, and I've done it, and it's caused me. At the end of the day, I'm the one who's losing. I'm the one who's not setting myself up for the best position to succeed. So make sure that you are telling people no. And it's not wrong to tell people no. We got to get out of that mindset of thinking that telling someone no is going to make them think different of you. Because a lot of times people take advantage of you. Like, as much as you give and how much you like to care about people, they take advantage of you. And the thing is, they might not even know it. Sometimes people, they will ask you because they know you'll say yes. They'll ask you to do something that they won't even do themselves because they know that you'll say yes. A lot of times people put off their own work or responsibilities onto someone else because they will immediately say yes. If it's not something if it's not pushing you towards your higher ceiling, if it's not pushing you into a direction that's promoting your growth, tell them no. Tell them no. And sometimes you'll feel it. Sometimes you'll feel it even before you even get into that position to say no. You'll feel like a burn in your chest, like, man, I really don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this. Tell them no, you know, and don't think of it as a bad thing. And another thing is that you need to be realistic. Be realistic about your situation. And because it's in you have to set some goals and make sure that you accomplish them. That's why it's really important to use your journal. Write down the goals that you want to do. So to if you want to go on a trip, a vacation, go to a museum, a park, whatever it may be that it is that you want to do, or a goal that you want to accomplish, make sure that you do everything that's possible to attain that goal. If you have to, because sometimes you have to sacrifice sleep. Right now you all are on your health journey to do this 21-day fast successfully, and to get all these stones and cleanse your body of these toxins. You all are currently on that journey. So y'all are doing everything within your will to make sure it happens. You have to do that. And y'all are on the right path. The same thing applies to the things that you want to do that's outside of your weight goals and your health journey. You have to make sure that the goals that you're setting when it comes to your personal life, maybe it's a financial goal, maybe it's you want to move up in a company, whatever it may be, you have to make sure that those are also set up as a priority as well. But you have to be realistic with it. Be really realistic with the things that you want to achieve. And when you delegate the task at home, make sure that you're giving it to people that you know are responsible. There's no issue with asking for help. Last time I mentioned that people put other people first, but ask for help. Ask for help. A lot of people like to do things by themselves, but ask for help. Delegate tasks to people. So, for instance, if people are at churches, if you're at church, if you have a church that you go to, and what do they ask you to do? Clean up, serve food, come early to, set up for the Sunday school or so, whatever it may be that they ask you to do in church. And if you're the main go-to person, delegate those particular tasks, man. Delegate those tasks. There's because a lot of times people just assume that you want to do things. People just assume that you got it. No, she got it, but they don't know that deep down. Because sometimes people can be soft spoken. I know I was like that a lot of times in the past where I wouldn't speak about the things that I actually want to do. I would just listen and then do without voicing how I feel about it. And I'll see other people running free, like, man, they could be helping. How come they ain't helping? They could be helping, but you have to speak up. A lot of times we are shy. A lot of times we're shy. Some people are shy, and it may not seem like it, but sometimes I'm a little shy. I'm a little shy. But sometimes we have to just speak up if it's something that we want. Closed mouths don't get fed. So make sure you delegate those tasks so you can, get them things off your hand. You have too much on your plate, too much on your plate. Also, you do want to seek support, and which is why a good thing that I'm glad that you all are tuning in to me and also being involved in the things that's happening within the AHA community. Because if you seek support, and you reach out to a family member, a friend member, one of the coaches, then you're able to talk through some of these struggles. Um, I know there's some one-on-one sessions that people may have with some particular coaches or so that do help. But in this is actually one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to do this, this like managing the stress is because the stress is different. Everyone's stress is different, but also we could feel like no one's supporting us. No one is actually hearing me. No one is responding to my posts. So being able to be in this atmosphere, now we have the opportunity to voice, to hear that voice about what it is that you're actually struggling with, and we can challenge that directly. Like there's particular details that goes into your day that need to be tackled, and it's kind of hard when it's like a general basis, but you need like specific help for this particular situation. You need the details. And yeah, I like to go over those type of things. Um, but also another thing that you need to do is you need to communicate with people that you're helping or the people that you're managing in your life. You need to communicate boundaries. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to set boundaries with people who are in your circle. And like I said, saying no will definitely be beneficial to that, but it's important to prioritize your well-being and not take on more than what you can handle. You know, those things are very important. And the because a lot of times I see people and they do way more than they're able to. Sometimes people will help and they don't even know how to do it. They just doing it to be nice. Like they will help just to help without actually being knowledgeable about what it is that they're trying to help with. So being able to put yourself first is very beneficial. And thinking about writing, when you write down your schedule, think about a timeline of when this should happen. Make a timeline, a realistic timeline of when these things should occur. And one of these quotes that I came by is that when you're doing all these things that's not prioritizing you, you're not living your best life. You're surviving your current life. And you don't want to be in a position to just survive. Like we want to be able to live life to the fullest and not be dragged down to the things that are currently happening. Like what is your happy place? What makes you happy? What genuinely makes you happy? What genuinely makes you happy? Like think about the things that genuinely make you happy. Is it a movie? Is it a song? Is it a picture? Is it a particular place? Like those are the things that we need to keep ourselves surrounded with, especially while we're on the a 21-day fast or a 21-day fasting challenge. We need to make sure that we're keeping ourselves surrounded with people and things that bring us joy, because if we're not bringing ourselves joy, we're going to get cerebral, overthink things, and then we're going to bring ourselves down. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with things, people, and environments that's going to ultimately bring you the things that you desire, because being a wife in itself, you have a lot of responsibilities. being a business owner in itself, that can cause a lot of stress. So if you're if you're a business owner and then you're a wife and then you also have a full-time job, when do you actually have time for yourself? If you're working Monday through Friday, you're a business owner, full-time wife, full-time mother, when do you actually have time for yourself? Sometimes you have to look at your life holistically and think about the things that you should eliminate. Because a lot of times if we do things that is a burden, but we're not seeing the growth that we need in a particular field. So, for instance, I love music. And if I was to continue to pursue a career or a life goal towards music, but I'm just putting so much effort in year after year after year after year, but I'm not seeing the growth that I want from it. Like I've been doing, like, if I've been doing music for 10 years, but I haven't made money off of it, and that's my ultimate goal, I think realistically, I should cut that out because it's not doing anything but holding me back, and it's pulling me in a direction that's taking me away from my purpose. So you have to look at your life realistically and cut some things out. Maybe when you delegate these tasks to your children or the people that are in your peer circle, that will help. But reevaluate the things that's happening in your life, and then you'll have a bigger perspective of the things that should actually get done. Let me say, cut out toxic people. Hey, definitely cut out toxic people. Oh, okay. Let me read some of these little chitty chats. Gratefully say no, 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 neither do. Definitely been practicing asking for help. Yes, man. It's it's beautiful. It's beautiful when you say no sometimes, man. And definitely cut out toxic people. And and let's see, Nicole, I know you mentioned earlier that you were in a dark place forever, however, and any tips on how to let other clouds roll? Um, yeah. The thing is, sort of like business or activities, if people aren't adding value to your life, they shouldn't be in it. Aside from your children and the things that you are responsible for creating, if people aren't adding value to your life, they do not need to be in it. And that goes for family. That goes for friends that you've known. That goes for that goes for whoever. You are in charge of the people that are in your life. You are responsible for the people that are in your life. You definitely have to cut out toxic people because a lot of times people put their energy are on you and it affects you. It affects you and it steers you off your goal. So definitely, sweet one. And Miss T, you're right. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. And that's a big misconception that it's selfish to take care of yourself when it's not. It's actually something that most people need to do. And um practicing mindfulness. Oh man. Oh man. When's the last time you all like actually did like deep breaths, like taking deep breaths and done breathing techniques? This I actually have a video that I'm coming out with. It should be within the next weeks or so. It's actually to help out with the 21-day challenge. I got some videos I've made that's going to help out with this challenge as well. Challenge. Actually, I have a video that's coming out tomorrow, but being able to practice mindfulness. You said Monday, Miss T. Beautiful. There's different ways of practicing mindfulness. And when you practice mindfulness, that eases your anxiousness. And that's kind of an interesting word to say, anxiousness. It eases your anxiety and breathing. And you started 478 breathing. Hey, shout out to you. When you see certain people calling on the phone, I don't answer it. 99 next to the day. You see them calling the phone, you be like, you messing up my energy. I've been calling you. Yeah, I've been declining because you've been messing up my energy. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You got to decline it. Sometimes, like I get these messages now from like past friends that see me, like, now I'm in Texas, they're back in Ohio. I see these friends now, and they are If I don't want to involve, I just don't message them. I don't get involved with them. I don't get involved with that. You know, but yeah, definitely practicing mindfulness, man. That's such a powerful technique. And one thing we do have to remember is that stress, it's just a part of life. It's a part of everything that we're going to do, but it's important to make sure that we manage it in very healthy ways. It is very important that we manage it in healthy ways. And being able to find some relief, that is empowering. It is empowering to be able to find relief, and it'll help you manage everything that's causing you stress. And one of the techniques that I talk about in my program is the Wim Hof method. And the Wim Hof method, it's a deep breathing. It creates blood flow throughout the body, creates different blood flow and different circulations throughout the body, and that causes oh man, do it. If you ever did the Wim Hof method, do the Wim Hof method. I know we did it at the retreat for those who did it at the retreat with us, but yeah, definitely, man. Try that Wim Hof method. Oh man, that thing is beautiful, man. WIMHOFF for those who don't understand the pronunciation, because I know I didn't understand it at first. Like Wim, thought it was William, but yeah, man. That method, yeah, you like that, Cheyenne? Yeah, that method is definitely something that's changed my life, and it's impactful, man. But when it comes to the things that happen in your day-to-day life and the things that happen while you're working, and also the things that just happen in extracurricular activities, make sure that you put yourself first and you prioritize your mental health, because I think that is very vital to your overall growth. And yeah, I mean that's really it. That's all I really have today. If you have any questions or so before we wrap, like I said, I just want to spend like 30 to 45 minutes talking about some of this stuff. If there's anything specific that you would like for me to go more in deep detail about, feel free, let me know. I'll definitely go into deep detail about it. And one of the things, okay, she mentioned dog howling. I'm just looking at some of the notes that I've taken. Um, yeah, but she mentioned dog howling. Dogs howling at night is annoying. Better get a dog some headphones or something. I don't know. Um, but yeah, if you have any questions about it, feel free before we wrap. Um, but the next week, because we're going to be talking about more in deep details when it comes to just becoming better and getting rid of a lot of stress that happens in your environment. Um, but I do appreciate you all rocking out with me, and appreciate you all taking the time out with me today to engage in this conversation about your stress. And I do want to say thank you. Thank you once again. And we'll be active in a group. We'll definitely be active in a group, and we'll be talking about other things that goes into your stress. How do I let go and stop caring? People taking care of their health, i.e., how do you let go and stop caring? We'll talk about that. Let go and stop caring. People taking care of their health. How do you let go and stop caring? I'll probably need a little bit more details about that. Give me some more details about that. Message me in the group, and then just give me some more details about that so I can go over it. But we'll definitely go in deep detail about that. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Once again, if y'all have any tips or anything for me as far as this, if you all have any suggestions on what you want to see or what you want to hear more of, feel free. And yeah, man, we'll be engaged. But I appreciate every last one of you all. Have a beautiful hump day. Have a beautiful Sunday. Peace and love. And I will see you all next time. Holla. 99, 99, 99.